We're back with another episode of Pottawattamie County Roots, presented by Hoy Koloski Funeral Home. Thank you so much to Mike Hoy and the staff over there for supporting local media and for being a part of everything that it is that we do. This is Zack Jones. He is the owner of Art Church. You have an Airbnb or VRBO, which was it?
Yeah, Airbnb.
Airbnb,
Yeah.
You have it down there, which is a really cool space. I've seen that. And just all around great supporter of the arts. And you have been doing some great work. I'm seeing your work all over the place here.
Yeah. It comes in waves, but I've had the Art Church. I bought the old church. It was an old Presbyterian church. The last service was in 1969 and was a senior meal site for years. And then I was able to buy it in 2011, 12. And originally bought it as a live workspace. And after about 3 years, got engaged, moved out. It turned into an Airbnb. The upstairs, I called it a seasonal studio. It didn't really have AC or heat at the time.
Right.
And that's fast forward, have AC heat now. I just used it on my last project for Oakland, Iowa. I did a 10-foot by 20-foot mural, which was a great space upstairs to be able to work on that in the air conditioning and not have to drive to Oakland every day. But it's also a small wedding venue. I do the Southwest Iowa Art Tour every September, where I have a handful of other artists set up. So I think the name of the game in small town Iowa is diversity.
I would agree with that. And I think that Malvern's kind of a special place that you see that diversity you're talking about. You see the amount of businesses that are coming in, and you see the restaurants and the bars and I don't know. It's one of those magical little corners.
It is. I experienced something similar to this when I lived in Cave Creek, Arizona, and didn't recognize it at the time till years later. And now I look at what's happening in Malvern, and there's Main Street buildings that have been saved that were vacant for 30 years and caving in, and now those are Kohl's Pharmacy, prime example. Right. And he built loft apartments upstairs, and Nick Sorensen is our latest hero. He's an electrician. He bought an old building, the old Ford warehouse building where they used to put together the old Model A cars years ago.
Okay.
He has completely renovated it, and it is now has apartments, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, loft style apartments. He did an amazing job on them. The Wabash Coffee Company is located in the downstairs, and he has office space for rent, and then another retail area that hasn't been rented yet. So if you're looking for a place, it would be a good one. But
we wanted to visit with you about your summer concert series, because I was just down in Malvern last week, and wow, the musicians that you had brought in last week, obviously, they're pretty well known.
Matt Woods.
Yeah.
He's from the, where is he from? Ames, Iowa area, I believe. And then Dustin Arbuckle. He's from the Wichita area. And but it was Matt Woods' band with Dustin as the guest. Yeah. And Dustin plays harmonica, and Matt is known for his guitar work, and together they always create some magic.
Well, I was shooting out a couple of text messages that night, and I said, I'm sitting here around about maybe 50 people.
Yeah.
A show that should have a few thousand.
Yeah.
That was just so good.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could say that's the one time that's happened, but we have some great, they're professional musicians, national acts that travel, do music. Most of them, that's their full-time vocation. And you got to be good at it to be able to do it full time. And I oftentimes think, man, people don't know what they're missing out on. But I know it's a busy world too. And summers can be hot. But part of the reason we do it later on in the evening, 6:30 to 9:30, is to try to, let the heat subside. And there might be an hour there that's pretty sticky, but by 8 o'clock, the 8 o'clock to 9:30 time frame, it's usually beautiful out, even if it was a hot day.
Well, and you had some chairs set up already with some umbrellas for shade, and the group that I was there with, we brought a picnic.
Yeah.
And just kind of set it up in front of us, and we're eating and having just enjoying a great show, and also just enjoying a great environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone there seemed like they were in a good mood.
Yeah.
How could you not be?
Yeah. I always, I compare it to a little slice of Mayberry, because it's on Main Street. It's in a rural town, a town of 1,200. But we're a very lucky rural community where we have Teed Up Tavern, which is a young couple that just opened that up within the last 2 years. They have the golf simulators. Mezzo Bar sits adjacent to the Heritage Park where the concert series is. And Classic Cafe is always a draw. And we've got it to where you can go into any one of those establishments and order a drink to go. You can bring your cooler, your picnic, order food to go. But it's all within like 2 small town blocks, so it's a great setup. And I really think if people come down and discover it, you'll be back.
Join the Jenny Edmondson Foundation Saturday, August 1st for the annual Spirit of Courage Celebrity Golf Tournament and Gala. Celebrate 4 remarkable cancer survivors while helping local patients facing the financial challenges of cancer treatment. The golf tournament is sold out, but gala tickets and select sponsorship opportunities are still available. 100% of the proceeds benefit the Cancer Center Charitable Patient Care Fund. Get details and reserve your gala tickets today at jehfoundation.org. Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it can be hard to get things back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke, and that can oftentimes lead to mold, and you may be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. It's easy. You give Cindy Schmader a call with Service Master Restore by Schmader. Her phone number, 402-339-9911.
Yeah, and I didn't mention it to you, but one of my favorite parts was late in the evening. I think we were maybe even gotten past 9 o'clock. And I saw your daughter running around. She started chasing fireflies.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, man, is there anything more Iowa than what's happening here right now?
Yeah, that is the thing. I mean, it's great for all ages. The kids will usually throw sidewalk chalk out, and kids will run around, and mom and dad can kick back and relax, and it's free. And large thanks to Malvern Bank. They've been the sponsor now for, I think this is I don't know if it's 12 or 13 years, but we've been doing it a while, and we wouldn't be able to do it without Malvern Bank.
Well, I think part of the reason we wanted to have you come in here today, Zack, is because we want to invite folks that maybe aren't even familiar with what's going on here. And it's really easy to find. Just drive to Malvern. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can find Main Street, you're there.
Yeah, but this is the type of thing that, to me, and especially at the level of artistry and music that we're hearing there, we should have people coming from all around the region.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Crossing into other states to come to this.
Yep.
It is that good.
Yep, I agree. And we're also, we're kind of known for being an artsy community. We've got metal trees. Woody Jones has fabricated these metal trees that are on Main Street, and like I say, we've got local businesses that are open at the same time frame, so you can come down, have dinner, bring your picnic basket. It can be a very inexpensive outing too, and have a great experience to go with it.
Yeah, and I did want to ask you though, how in the heck are you getting this level of musicians in Malvern?
Well, I got to give kudos to Rick Hilliard. He's been a longtime musician, and he's helped me from day one organize the concert series. And so he's been able to kind of steer me certain directions. And at the end of the year, we'll talk about like what we liked, what maybe we'll change up. And we try to rotate musicians. We have 8 weeks, so it goes quick, and there's a lot of hungry musicians out there. So we do try to rotate, but the musicians come from anywhere from Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, so the Midwest.
Well, and I saw, you had local favorite around the Council Bluffs area, Touch of Gray
Yeah.
played there.
Yeah.
Great musicians.
They are great.
It's going to be more of the traditional type songs that people know kind of thing. What I was hearing, all these blues songs, I wasn't familiar with most of them, maybe just a couple that I'd heard before, but it was so entertaining.
Yeah.
And
I think they did a lot of Muddy Waters, which is, old blues, but, these guys, they're professional and talented enough that they make it their own. And
there was also that they were making up the set list as they went along. And I was just, man, it's just so cool.
Yeah.
They weren't deciding what to play next until they finished the song before that.
Yeah, exactly.
That type of experience you don't get just everywhere.
No.
I honestly felt the last time that I was at an event where I felt it was at this level, I think there was a blues festival going on in Estes Park, Colorado. And there was a ton of people at this one.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like the same thing.
Yeah. Well, Estes Park, Malvern, Iowa.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought, starting this thing off, like I say, 12, 13 years ago, I thought, hey, as long as we're consistent and the music is good, the crowd is going to grow. Mm-hmm. And that hasn't happened. And I feel like there's maybe that's my fault, not getting the word out good enough. But I also know a lot of other towns are now doing music, which is great. And I think heat plays a factor too. But if you haven't heard about it, if you've never been, please give it a shot. Stop down and it's family friendly. We're also open to vendors, farmers market style vendors. We have to compete on a Saturday. We lose a lot of vendors to the bigger cities, Bellevue, but we're always open for farmers market, artists, crafts. Always looking for vendors.
Yeah, I did. I think there was just one down there. This time.
Yeah,
had some really cool wooden bowls. And things that they
Don
made.
Bear. He's been showing down there since the beginning. He also sets up at the Southwest Iowa Art Tour. He uses all native wood. And he's retired, and his prices are, for what he does, the quality of craftsmanship that he does, the prices are very affordable. And he's had people like have a tree, the family tree that got blown over in the storm. They'll call him, he'll come out and, slice out a chunk of wood and make some type of,
that's cool.
bowl out of it. And
I have what would be a cutting board, although I don't use it for it. It's hanging on the wall that my grandfather made, and part of it was from a maple tree that grew in his yard. It's a great keepsake. When you know that you have that.
Yeah.
I've got a piece of that tree that when I was a little kid was standing at the edge of their yard. So same kind of deal with this guy coming in. You had something that did stand there. Now you can put it on a shelf, you can display it. It's part of your own history.
Yeah, it's that personal connection. Yeah. I think that's kind of the beauty of these, the farmers markets and the concerts and the craftsmanship. I mean, that is what it is. It's a connection. And I really think in today's society, the politics are so polarized. I think when you get out and you go to these little events, you forget about all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't look at, red and blue, and it's just people having a good time and trying to unwind and having a laugh and conversation and the way it should be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Who do you have coming up? What are you still?
The next one I've got coming up, who is it? I knew I'd have to write this down. Blue House with the rent-to-own horns. I believe they're out of Lincoln.
Okay.
And they're a full band, horn section, full sound. Jason Wallsmith, which he was with the Nadas. They're more popular maybe in central Iowa, Ames area, but they're definitely an Iowa band. Jason Wallsmith is one of the two leads and a singer-songwriter. So he's written a lot of the Nadas songs. And then the last one would be Matt Cox.
Primrose Retirement Community in Council Bluffs believes home should be a place of comfort, connection, and care. From personalized support to engaging daily activities, everything they do is designed to help residents live fully and confidently. At Primrose, That's their priority, to put the quality of their residents' care and daily needs at the top of their list each day and every day. It's not just about where you live, it's about how you live. Learn more about life at Primrose by going to primroseretirement.com and then contact Jamie Bush at Primrose and discover a place that truly puts people first. Your home for all natural health solutions in southwest Iowa is Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market. Serving the area since 1997, Bambi is located at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs and has a wide selection of vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies, and a lot more. Staffed with over 37 years of experience, Bambi is putting health back in your hands. Explore your wellness options online at bambisgreenacres.com.
No, they were talking about Matt Cox at the show last week.
Yeah. He always brings the Southwest crowd out. He's from Shenandoah originally, so yeah, folks are fond of him.
And just a great reason to come by. Bring chairs in case you don't get there early enough to use one that we actually brought chairs.
Yeah.
And then we said, oh, they have chairs.
Well, that was always kind of my plan. It's like we'll provide chairs, but then after it gets developed, people will bring their own chairs, but we just continue to put them out. There's usually a couple dozen chairs and some umbrellas we set out, and first come, first serve.
I could see that some folks that have been there multiple times knew where to sit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the way it's set up, the sun was behind us.
Yeah.
And boy, that poor band. They were.
Yeah, there's not a lot of trees in our park. I wish we could change that, but we do try to put some shade out there. But yeah, we get some western sun.
What about some of the feedback you've gotten from the musicians?
Musicians, they love it. I mean, it's an attentive audience. You're right there on Main Street, and the band, I mean, from their logistics, they can pull up right next to the stage, unload. They're not going upstairs like maybe the art church. So as far as setup goes, and then they're done by 9:30. So it certainly beats a bar gig that you may play till midnight or 1 in. So,
well, that's as I said, it was just a wonderful time, and the energy of the place was it was inviting.
Yeah.
It was I really felt, and my wife looked over and she said, "You're really feeling good, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
And that's something that you can't fake.
No.
It just has to be a part of it. And I'm assuming that you get to experience that on multiple weekends because the band's going to bring what they bring, but they're also going to feed off of that energy. That's what they're depending on.
Yeah. I mean, whether we have a large turnout or not, like there is always some magic that happens every week. There's there's these standout periods of time where it's like, oh, this is why I do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the music is why I continue to help organize it. And at some point I'll be sitting there by myself in the front row, just being selfish and taking in the music. But I really hope more people discover it and come down and experience what we're trying to do.
So Saturday nights get started at 6:30. Come a little bit earlier and stake out your space. If you don't bring food, there's food at some local restaurants there that I'm sure they'd be happy to see you. And I saw several people with takeout.
Yeah. Classic Cafe is always a popular place. Salty Heifer is next door. They always do cheeseburger Saturdays, which is, I think they do Sundays too, but that's always popular. But they do close at 7:00. So if you want an ice cream cone or a cheeseburger, hit it before 7.
I haven't had a burger there yet, but I did have ice cream when we came down for your deal last year.
Yeah.
I think it was in May. Is that what it was?
Yep.
And that was a cool setting too. It was more of a bluegrass thing.
Yeah.
But really enjoyed that time too. So yeah, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. I always figure if people have a good time, they're going to come back. And so it's always organized around the arts, number one, but fun.
So how about you? Are you staying busy?
Yeah. I just finished up a mural for Oakland, Iowa, titled "The American Soldier." It's a mural that has a soldier that represents each war that we've been in. Mm-hmm. And so finished that up just in time for the 250th. And then I'll be starting on a Corning, Iowa mural here probably in August.
A little bit of a drive for you.
A little bit of a drive, yeah. Yeah, I won't be able to do this one from inside the church, so I'll be in a hoist and catching some sun.
Well, grateful that you took a little bit of time to come up and tell us more about.
Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you for what you're doing and helping get the word out.
Well,
it's needed.
It's why we're here. And if you got something else coming up, and you say, "Hey, can you let folks know?" Answer's yes.
Okay.
And then you let me know what it is, and we'll push that information out.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
So thank you very much for watching this episode of Pottawattamie County Roots, presented by Hoy Kelnosky Funeral Home. Also, a big thank you to Brood Awakening in Avoca. They're one of our hometown sponsors, and very grateful for Kim and Bella and the entire staff there as well. So, Zach, we'll see you next time. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great day.